Afternoon all, no respawns here. Hope you're doing well, having a good Sunday, and all that, you know, bollocks. So, alongside, speaking of bollocks, here is my... It's not really a rebuilding video, which is why I've not really worded it like that. I actually don't know, spoiler, what I'm going to word it, so you will already know more than me at this point. However, this is me kind of how I tackle the main house in Spectacle Island, because it's kind of a shit tip, probably gathered already. This, by the way, I'm actually showing you me scrapping everything because I wanted you to demonstrate stuff you can't scrap using the scrapping mod, but also just there are some stuff I don't scrap, and I kind of wanted you to pay attention. Also, this is sped up quite a lot because there was so much fucking footage because there's just loads of me changing my mind. I did actually miss out a couple of bits structurally, towers, but they're not really very interestingly made. And they added like an extra 15 minutes onto the video, and it was just unacceptable because it was just mostly me just fiddling with stuff that you guys can figure out just by looking on it. But don't worry, we do have a nice detailed tour, and if any of you are struggling with stuff, feel free to ask, so it'll be grand, either here or on Twitter. So I'm really pleased with this. This has been one of my, not really white, well, yeah, I guess maybe almost my white whales kind of building in a lot of ways, because it's... I've never known what the fuck to do with it. But like, the fuck, I don't really know. I mean, obviously, the main reason why I left it alone for so long was there was a corpse outside, and it was annoying, and I hated it, whereas now, obviously, we can scrap them. A funny story, if I re-enable the scrapping mode now on this structure, it looks ridiculous, as you can imagine. But yes, it's looking pretty cool. It's one of my, I say this a lot recently with my builds. It's one of my best, and I'm chuffed. But I'm well chuffed, yeah, basically. Proper chuffed. Proper chipper. So, what I decided to do, as I said, was embrace the scrappiness quite a bit. So, as you can see right here, I'm kind of giving my own little kind of like weird, slightly... I don't know. Okay, so the entrance I'm making now, so I'm moving this like this, and then just kind of like manually shoving it in. I've done this technique in Sanctuary, which I'll eventually do a tour through because it looks now completely different as it did. But this is what I did with Mama Murphy, because in the Unlock Summon Objects mod, you have these structures with this red sheet, and it has this kind of fortune teller vibe to it. I really like it. I don't know why. It just makes it's just nice. I like red. I don't know why. Shut up. And it looks really cool. And I made an entrance similar to this, kind of where I basically just kind of bespoke, make everything, kind of make a kind of absolutely superfluous bridge, which you'll see in a sec. Spoilers. And generally make it look rather spiffy. Right, now I've mentioned this before. You see what I'm doing there with these two pillars, right? So I deliberately make a mistake to show you how to fuck them up. But a lot of you may have tried select all glitching these before and them doing this. See that? Where it's snapped up? You've probably done that with foundations, right? So whenever you're doing that, you have to make the pillar kind of equally covering. See, it's now kind of the join between the two pillars are centered. Basically, if you do that, you can then pillar glitch them. Think of this as glitching theory, or you can just be lazy and get the, you know, one of the various mods which are like place everywhere. But to be honest, I like to do it old school, yeah, because I've got skills, mad skills. So here's my little shack bridge thing. Oh, because people do mention it, and I mentioned it on Twitter the other day. There's a swapper mod or something, which is like a PlayStation version of Place Anywhere. Nothing against the mod creators. The reason why I don't use it is a combination of just being a creature of habit and being content with the glitches I'm using. And if I'm completely and utterly honest, slightly petty snubbing of the people who never shut up about that stupid mod. I hate Place Everywhere. I don't. I'm just sick of hearing about it, so I don't need to use it. That's literally the reason why I don't use it. I was like, oh, that's really useful. Not gonna use it. If you hadn't shut the fuck up about it, maybe I'd have used it, yeah, motherfuckers. But seriously, if you do want Place Anywhere, there is... I'm not going to find the link, I can't be asked to look for it. But there is a mod called Swapper, which is like Place Anywhere for PS4. I, however, will not be using it because I'm hardcore and a stubborn petty twat. Mostly the latter, significantly less the former. Anywho, enough of that banter. So, right now, this... So you'll see me the way I'm kind of forcing the player's eye through... So you notice I'm like deliberately using this entrance, even though there are like less shitty doorways. And I'm actually going to board up this area here and block up the other entrances, because if I'm going to embrace the scrappiness, I want to use the scrappy entrance. However, one thing I do is I decided to not... Because basically the big problem is, because I can't, like in that room that we're kind of blocking off here, I can't scrap half the stuff in there, so I can't really build in there. So I thought, rather than trying to, and you'll see how I kind of block it off basically, I make it... The theme of this is that's an unstable part of the house that you're not allowed to go in, basically. Now, I probably could have done a little bit of decoration, actually, because I do the tour and I will show you the inside, but it doesn't look any different. I haven't actually added any decoration, but there's loads of, like, structural elements poking through, because I build, like, towers and stuff. But I quite likes it, but I kind of, in hindsight, after I looked at the tour, I was like, I could have maybe added a few bits of bollocks in there. So sorry about that, but it looks cool, and I like the way I deal with this, if I do say so myself. I also, in this part here, I watched this back. I don't know why I went outside to select those boards. Don't know why. Why? See, this is part where I've kind of like cut shit tons out. I ended up spending half an hour to an hour trying to figure out the best way of doing that part. Initially, it was going to be kind of a mix between chain link fences and having that wall, and it was going to look really cool. Couldn't get the stuff to get in the way I liked. If you had place anywhere, you could have done it straight away. Yeah, well, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. But I'm pleased with how it turned out, so I'm fine. It's alright. Having problems and not being able to do shit makes me more creative. That's actually true, by the way. Not like I'm, fixating on the stupid comments about place anywhere or swapper. One of my justifications why I try and not use things which bypass a lot of the collision elements is because it forces me to kind of think outside the box a little bit, because I have to find a way around I like solving problems and puzzles. I'm gonna die just completing Sudokus and being a bit weird. Yeah, I like solving problems. Yeah, shut up. Anyway, so just to highlight the fact, see, the barriers not allowed there. Yeah, totally not allowed. Got a restricted area sign as well, just highlighting. It's pretty cool. I've got this just in case. I normally didn't show you the decoration as I make it, but I wanted to kind of like completely highlight the fact that, it's all like falling to bits and stuff. So I actually, you see I've got these carpets here. You could probably do it a better way, to be honest, but I just kind of thought, fuck it, I'll just do it this way because it was annoying me. So there is a piece of earth we ended up having to delete in there. And I don't show you, I should have showed you the floor flicking, but if you delete it, there's a white strip on the floor which flashes constantly, and it's fucking annoying. So, annoyingly, I'd, rather not had that rug there at all and just had a walkway, but unfortunately, I had to get rid of the dirt. However, when I got rid of the dirt, the floor was flashing, so there's very little I could do. So, yeah, that's why the rugs are there, but you could use something else. So, see, I'm blocking off all of the doorways because I don't want you to be able to use them. I want this to be the only... You have to walk through here. The worst doorway in the house, I want you to walk through it because... It's my house, and it's my fucking rules, so shut your whole mouth. Okay, so this is the greatest bridge you will ever see. Ever. All other bridges are inferior to this one. This is an awesome technique that I'm very pleased and obviously very humble in my appreciation of it. But it's absolutely fucking awesome. I'm really pleased. See, if I had the swapper mod, I would have just... or place anywhere, I would have just made a bridge, and it'd be like, oh, well, bridge is in now. No, this is ingenuity, people. I'll shut up about that, don't worry, soon. You know what I'm like, I tend to talk about the same bullshit. Anyway, so, right, got this here. You see me experiment, it's really cool. And I fall down a lot, that was deliberate. I was testing you. So got the wee bridgey bits. So basically, because the problem is, right, if you just have, like, a load of... floors, they just kind of look a little bit bollocks. It's kind of really straight, but also I couldn't fit the wee the wee bridge in. It looked a bit weird as well when it did go green. So what I'm doing is using pallets, stacking them on, and then doing the same thing this side. Oh, admit it looks awesome. Admit it. Look at it. Oh, I have no idea if your NPCs can use the pathing on this, but I don't give a shit. It looks amazing, and I do like one more of them. One more. And you loves it. Oh, look at it. Don't worry, when you do the tour, do it nice and slowly. And I've got 2 of them as well. I don't show me making the second one because that was part of the I'm making loads of shit and it's repeating the same bollocks, and it makes the video nearly 40 minutes long, part of the video. So as you can see, just kind of reinforcing again that I'm not fixing the house, as rather just embracing its shitiness and kind of running with it. It also works with this settlement as well, just because it happens to be I've kind of got that look with the rest of the settlement anyway, so it's like, it's cool, it's cool. I don't know when this settlement's going to be finished, by the way, because they're obviously like, there's the ship on the other end, you know, I might stick just to the pier area, possibly, I don't know, but we'll see. I really like these pallets now, and I'm gonna find ways to use them, yeah, so expect pallets and concrete, basically, is just your lives now. I hope you like pallets and concrete, yeah? You like pallets and concrete? Good. Well, you're gonna get lots of pallets and concrete. Yay! Oh, but they're so fun. Pallets and concrete, people. This is my bag. It's also why I'm single. I won't shut up about it. Honestly. Sorry. I'm in a silly mood today. Okay, I've been in a silly mood a lot recently. You probably noticed in most of my recent videos, actually. So blocking off bits, doing my shit. It's all very riveting. Don't worry, I'll show you some cooler shit in a second. I'm just kind of... This is like, so much of this video was this, so I had to kind of cut it off, but I kind of want to show you bits and pieces. I was going to extend that floor, and I end up just not, because it just isn't going to work, really. And God, Lord, I fall down a lot. And there's also, it's quite weird with... Because you've got kind of limited leg room, in essence, with this. So you have to kind of, like, for example, here, where I'm going to create the kind of the main tower, and just kind of run with it, I guess. It's just kind of a little bit weird. I had lots of fun doing it, but good God, it is complex. You can just see me kind of having a think. So I end up going with scaffolding, basically, because it works, and it doesn't snap in the same way, and also it's I think, if I remember correctly, it was actually more or less the exact right height, which is grand. And you can kind of like just, and so basically what I do, and again, embracing the awesomeness, which is pallets. Prepare your pallets. Do I use a pallet? I think I use a pallet. Oh yeah, using the upper shack floor. You know what I'm doing right there? So I'm putting the board on, then I snapped an up roof piece on, and then that allowed me to then put a shack upper floor, like that prefab bit on, and then I use the shack upper floors to then snap on floors like that, see, and then I can take them off. There we go. See, very cool little technique that I use all the time. See, look at these pallets. Because the great thing about them is because they don't snap, so you can move. You have a bit more control over where you're moving them. Because if that were a floor piece, it would just snap straight onto that floor piece, right? But also, if I snapped a normal floor piece on, it would have just looked a little bit off. Whereas a pallet is just kind of freehand enough that it looks really, really weird. Yeah, and I've got a tower up there. It's cool. Fucking awesome. I left the rug on, though, until I finished the whole thing. God, I love those pallets. Pallets and concrete. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. Insert just gif of calling me a nerd. Nelson? Yeah, Nelson from Simpsons. Nerd. There we go. Or Homer, actually. Or whatever. Whatever. Shut up, David. Finish your build, yeah. Right, so I have some stairs. This is where I got a little bit complex, because I wasn't too sure how to get up there, because I had such limited space. Eventually it works, actually. Eerily well. It's actually a little bit unnerved, I'll be honest, there. A little bit freaked out. A little bit squiffy. So, having a bit of a special moment here. Figuring it out. I love these thinner ladders. One, because they go down a nice, sharp angle. But I think it's also because they look like ladders, as opposed to... I always find the kind of the metal steps, they look a little bit long. And I don't know why. If you actually look at the metal steps, they're too long. Right, now, see that part here? That snaps perfectly, and I end up using the staircase, the ladder staircase, without the handle, the bars on it. For whatever unholy reason, the one without the bars on it wouldn't snap in. So what I end up doing, you'll see it on the god, like that one there just doesn't snap in. So the way to do it, if you want to just, like, if you're trying to replicate exactly what I'm doing, is just use the one where it's in like 2 bits and just snap that on. But I don't. I do it during the decoration period because the bars clipping through the floor started to really piss me off. The good thing about this build as well is because the floors themselves are very, very thick, it means you can kind of get away with like having see that staircase actually like proper cutting into the floor. However, because the floor's so thick, you don't see it poking through the bottom, so it looks pretty cool. It's me just making stuffs. I've got a few bits left to show you. Like I said, I did cut off quite a bit. It's like mainly because I have I wanted a tower, and I don't know if I remember showing you the actual. I show you everything, but how building because it's basically just this again. But I can't remember what I cut out. I was quite brutal with it. I was like, this is way too long. Right, I'm cutting out that bit, getting rid of it, and you'll see it in the tour. It'll be a surprise, yeah? Be a surprise. So this is me just blocking off the hole in hindsight. I actually should have maybe cut this part out and then showed you the tower, but that's not the world we live in, is it? Yeah? It's not the world we live in anymore, right? Yeah. I basically can't be asked to not... I just can't be able to go back, basically. So this is what you get, yeah? It's great. Oh, I love this. I'm really pleased with this. Oh, I've still got it. I've still got it. How am I not bored of this game yet? I don't know. Maybe leave the house, David? Not so good. Let's not. Sorry, did I scare some of you? Mentioning leaving the house. Disgusting. Ugh. So I don't use this tab very often. And I'm really bothered by that. Actually, the contraptions tab, with the exception of like things like scaffolding and stuff, I don't use. And this is very bad. Like these ball track supports, awesome, as you can obviously see. They're actually slightly a bit too short, actually, I think, but you can't really notice. Are they? I can't tell, to be honest. But yeah, no, they're really, really cool. And I don't use it, so I'm going to try and like force myself to kind of make use of the ball tracks in some way. Also, alongside the ball tracks, I'm going to try and actually make use of like making that funky machinery area, because I haven't used it really. I just couldn't think of anything. I was like, well, that's bollocks, so I never got around to it. More concrete, yay! Concrete pallets, yay! It's my life now. But yeah, no, when you get to the tour, you'll like this. Yeah, you'll like this. This will blow your little minds. So just adding some few bits here, and just kind of, I could have cut this part out. Actually, god damn it, this is such a poorly edited video. It's alright, because that's not what you guys come to watch. Maybe it is actually. In that case, maybe watch some other YouTubers who are actually decent at editing, unlike me. Oh, really stressing actually, because I just want to don't know if it was actually clear when I was scrapping. You see this top level? I would recommend not scrapping any of the walls, because a few of them, I should have shown you actually. Bugger. A few of them, like that one there, it connects to a roof, and if you take the walls away, the roof is kind of like the textures get fucked up a little bit. It just looks really, really shit, basically. So don't do it. Yeah, I mean you can if you want, just save beforehand, and then I told you so. Basically. So I've started. Let's see. Do I do it? You're gonna have a think there, Davey, are you? Yeah, you're gonna think. Come on, think. You know what you want to do. Yeah. That's not the tab. There it is. So these chain link fences are really, 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 really cool to merge with wood. I do it quite often, actually, in my builds, because it's just a cool way of just, like... It's completely pointless. You actually look at it, it's like, why don't you just use LUDs? Why would you have chain link fences? Well, because reasons, that's why. Reasons. It looks good, look at it. It's pointless. Utterly just, like, why? But at the same time, breaks up texture, looks cool, doesn't need to make sense. Looking good. Anyway, here's the door. Here it is. So I added, you see, I added a restaurant area and just literally, it's just like 2 buildings just plumped on the top. So I cut them out because it took fucking ages to do, but it was loads of fiddly bullshit. But yeah, it's really cool. Like, I've really kind of gone and kind of made it quite scrappy and kind of like really ran with the junky Fallout, I guess, element of this, because I felt that it was better to do that than to necessarily try and fix it, basically. And I'm quite pleased with the outcome, It's nice. One of the reasons why I actually like doing this rather than necessarily kind of just making a new structure from scrap is because it forces me to kind of find ways around problems. So I hope you guys like that. Sorry if I'm going to chop it down a little bit. It's just there was so much to do. But don't worry, I go through the tour and you will see it. And if you have any kind of specific issues, you can just send me a message here or on Twitter. Here you what I mean in here. See, I didn't do anything. I potched up a couple of the windows, but that's about it. I was going to put some food in there, but because the earth is not really centered, it just looks a bit shit, but I might do something with it eventually. Though, let's be honest, probably not. A lot of decoration. I don't really know what the purpose of this building is, to be honest. It's a lot. I do that a lot. Like, maybe my buildings don't necessarily have a theme as such, but look at all the walkways, so we'll go around. As you can see, the reason why, because those towers are just that tower again. It's actually not very much, but it just took lots of fiddling because I kept changing my mind and having to go back. And another one of those bridges as well. But yeah, very pleased, very chuffed. I'm fucking glad I finished this stupid place. And I just like the vibe with these walkways, actually, because it kind of reminds me a bit of Hangman's Alley, which I will go back to. Those of you who remember my original Hangman's Alley video, it's kind of like I went for a kind of look where there were walkways everywhere, and that's basically what I've done with this as well. Anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting. Hope you enjoyed my particularly energetic waffling today. Don't know why. Sorry. I'll try and tone it down. Or I probably won't, to be honest, actually. It's 2017 and I'm in a weirdly good mood. As always, follow me on Twitter, @norespawns, if you want to see them up to. If you want to see these little tours that I do, this one basically, I do tweet them out, so you can see them before anyone else, if you want to be special. Also, I retweet a lot of bollocks and just generally have fun. I will have another video up soon. It might be a non-Fallout video, in fact, or that might come afterwards. You're going to start seeing a few of those a week. I just wanted to get a few building, I wanted to tick a few. I'm obligated to do these videos first before I then just start introducing new shit in a week, because it just seems a bit scummy for me to just ignore Fallout for a long period. Anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week and the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you other people soon. You take care.